Hi guys, so welcome to the video. I put up a vlog several weeks ago now, and then with the intention of like getting back into it, and then just completely disappeared again. So I'm back, maybe, possibly, maybe not. I've been through the ringer with my mental health specifically in the last few months. It has been at an all-time low, and I don't really know why. It's been very, very strange. Yesterday and today have been pretty good in the sense that I like had a moment yesterday where I was like, wait, I actually feel pretty good today. There's been some changes in my life, I guess. Nothing major. I did decide to go back to work at my old job because I thought maybe part of the reason I was struggling so much with my mental health is that I was very, very isolated. I saw my family every day because I live with them, but other than that, I wasn't really like seeing people. I think that also not having like a reliable, stable income was affecting me. Like I had some income, but it was very like it very much ebb and flowed. Is that how you say that? Like sometimes it would be a lot, and then like the next week it would be like hardly anything. And so it just made me feel very unstable. So I decided to go back to work. So I'm back in front of people, like face to face, again, interacting with people. And I've only been back 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks yet. Just like, how many days have I actually worked? 5? I think I've worked 5 days in the last 2 weeks. I'm like definitely not back full time. I won't ever be full time probably because of my physical body, which is a bummer because the days that I work, when I'm at work, my mental health is great. Like I don't experience any anxiety, like no impending doom, like none of it. But my physical body struggles so much. And so it's a really hard balance for me to find. Like I just got a as a fundraiser. Okay, my dad just texted me about Lyme disease. Funny enough, I think he was looking into different charities to donate or something. I have no idea. Look at this beautiful. I just got this. This is another thing about going back to work is I have a tendency to buy things because I see it at work and I'm like, I gotta have it. And this is just like a huge raw chunk of pink tourmaline and then also some lepidolite. And so I'm just like, I love this so much. So I had to buy it. But it's not. Anyway, what was I even talking about? Being at work, my mental health being good at work, but then my physical body, so finding the balance, right? Between what my body can physically do and like what I want to do. Because if my physical body could do it, I would work, 4 or 5 days a week, but like full time. But after 2 days in a row, like I can't do it. My physical body cannot do it. And it's just so frustrating. So as of right now, my work schedule is 2 days on, and then I've got a few days off, and then I work 1 day, and then I have a day off, and then I'm back with the 2 days. So it's what works right now for me. I've never worked like an office job where I'm like sitting, and I wonder if something like that would be better for my physical health. But then like with the issues with my back, I have been through physical therapy with my back and have seen a lot of improvement, but I'm still struggling with my back from time to time in a different way. So like for the most part, I'm better. I'm not experiencing like the pins and needles anymore, but as far as like pain, I still experience pain. But like right now I'm sitting on the ground perfectly comfortable. So anyway, I've just been rambling, but that's okay. I've been back to work and I am happy to be back with people again. On days that I like the mornings before I go to work and then on my days off, I've been just struggling with really, really intense anxiety where I feel like I'm losing control. like to a weird extreme, and I don't know what that's about. But I do feel like I'm on the upswing right now, at least according to the last couple of days. And I think it's because I'm like getting back into the groove of being back at work. So I think I'll just continue to improve. At least that's what I'm hoping. I've also been off of, okay, so I started a daily anxiety medication. What I had been doing was I had just like an emergency, like as needed anti-anxiety med. But the thing with those medications is like the more you take it, you can build up like a resistance to it, or you know what I'm trying to say, like is it a resistance? Is that the right terminology? Hi, I'm editing and I got a little sidetracked and I didn't fully explain this, so I'm gonna do it real quick. I started a daily anti-anxiety medication, like I've been on it for a few weeks now, and it's not an SSRI but an anxiolytic, and so it's supposed to be fast acting. It doesn't need time to build up in your system, and I felt literally no difference in the way that I wanted a medication. Like if I was going to take a medication, this wasn't doing anything for me. And I know that I've already talked about feeling better, or I'm about to talk about feeling better, but either way, through my lived experience, I don't feel like it was the medication doing anything, because I didn't feel anything. What I really think improved my anxiety in the last couple of days is two things. One, going back to work and having that stability and interaction with people again, and two, exercise, which I didn't mention, which I don't go into because I completely forgot, but like doing some type of like physical like cardio, and not even so much yoga because that comes and goes in my life, but like at least just 10 minutes of just my rowing machine. And soon the weather will be cool enough where I can go back on my morning walks, which I think will also greatly improve my anxiety. So adding that back in the last couple of days has really helped with my anxiety. So I just want to make that clear, because I just completely skipped over the fact that I stopped taking that medication, the daily medication, like 2 days ago now. And I have felt literally no difference whatsoever. So I don't think the medication was doing anything. And if it's not doing anything, then I don't want to be on it. So that's why I went off of it, and I don't need any opinions on it. Unless you really feel like you need to, in which case, go ahead. Okay, back to whatever I was rambling on about. So it like loses its effectiveness, and so that's what it had happened for me. And then I was also starting to experience like really intense physical, for me it was manifesting as like the most extreme chest tightness, and then I started experiencing chest pain, and that like made everything just so much worse, because I was like, am I having like a heart issue? Like, is this a new it was really scary. I don't think that's the case, because it's improved drastically over the last couple of weeks, which makes me think that it is really just anxiety. But anyway, so I am still experiencing anxiety like the mornings before I go to work, and then on my days off. It's like I just wake up with it. Like 5 a.m. I'm wide awake with anxiety, and I haven't been able to quite, I don't know. I feel like I've repeated myself a bunch, but I do feel like I am improving, at least within the last couple of days. We'll see how it goes. I spent a week in Payson, Arizona, which is like northeast of Phoenix. It's like not high country, so it was cooler, and you're like up in the woods and in the with trees and everything, but it's not like going up to like Sedona or Flagstaff. Anyway, and my intention was to make like a cute little Payson vlog, but my anxiety was so bad. I just was in survival mode. Like I couldn't focus on doing literally anything. And I spent the majority of my time in Payson just sitting in the backyard of the person I was house sitting for, just sitting in their backyard, and just existing. And you know, like on one hand it was great because I was like, this is all I have to do today is just exist in this moment. Like my purpose right now is to just be here and take care of this house and take care of this cat for the next couple of days, and like literally nothing else matters. And so on one hand it like helped my anxiety, but I was still really struggling with bouts of chest tightness and chest pain. And then the last 2 days I was there, I was suddenly very dizzy. And so I was like, I can't drive home if I'm this dizzy. So thankfully, I am very close to my parents and I still rely on them for a lot of things. And that's one thing that I think about. I'm like, how am I ever going, because they're not going to be alive forever. And I'm like, I have no idea what my future is going to look like when that happens, because I rely on them still so much. But I feel like I just haven't figured it out. Anyway, they ended up driving up. I mean, it's not very far. It's just an hour and a half, so it's not that big of a deal. But they ended up driving up to like bring me home, which was very nice of them. And so anyway, I didn't do any vlogging because I couldn't. But that's pretty much what like the last few months have been for me, is just like just trying to take it one day at a time and being like, right now the only thing I can do is just exist and just get through today. Like, I'm doing all the things that I'm supposed to be doing. I meditate every day, and meditation is genuinely something I enjoy doing, and so it's easy for me to do. Like, it's so easy for me to do, and in the moment I feel good, but once I'm done, it's like the meditative state doesn't stay, right? It just, I don't know. So I do meditate every day. Yoga comes and goes. I've tried all of like the holistic things that you can do for anxiety. I've also like tried a CBD oil, which I do actually like. The only problem with CBD oil is, well, there's two things. One, it's really expensive. Like, if you buy quality stuff, it's so expensive. And so don't take it as often as I would like to take it, because I'm like, it's gonna run out too soon and I'm gonna have to spend another $100 on a bottle. But it is worth it, I think. But anyway, when I first started taking it though, like my body wasn't used to it, and if I take too much, it can really cause like fogginess. And so I can't really take it during the day, though I have noticed that if I take a really small amount, and I don't know if it's placebo effect, I don't know if I'm taking enough to actually have any like actual effects, or if it's just placebo. But if it's placebo, it's kind of working. It can kind of help with my daytime anxiety. But if I take like the recommended dose, it puts me to sleep, or makes me feel really, really groggy and like foggy in the head. But anyway, I asked on Instagram a couple of days ago, like, yo, anxiety has been the worst ever. Here are all the different things I've tried. Do any of you have any suggestions? And the majority of people that responded suggested THC. I will look into it, but I have had bad experiences with THC, and I'm just so apprehensive of trying anything else. It's just such a world that I don't know anything about. But the way one of my friends described it, and I think Alyssa watches my videos, maybe not. Hi, if you do. The way she described it was like, when she takes it, she goes from like feeling really anxious to just feeling like everything's gonna be okay, you know? And that's what I want. Like, I am not the type of person that likes to get high for recreation. I don't like feeling high at all, okay? Any sort. Like, I do not drink alcohol for the buzz. I don't smoke anything. I hate feeling different in my body caused by something else. The only thing I do like is just like taking that anxious edge off and just feeling like myself. That's what I'm looking for. Like, that's all I'm looking for. And I used to get that from my anti-anxiety, like, as needed medication. Like, when I took it, I didn't feel a high. I didn't feel anything other than just like, oh, I feel like everything's gonna be okay. Like, I'm fine. So anyway, I've been talking way too much about this. I've been filming for 15 minutes. So I want to come back. I want to be making more vlogs again. I'm trying to be okay with the fact that I didn't vlog anything in Payson when I had the opportunity to. If you've noticed, if you've paid attention to any of my backgrounds, I rearranged my room a bit. I had a very anxious day a couple of days ago, and I like could not think about doing anything other than just like moving furniture around. And I was like convinced, I was like, this is it. This is what's gonna help me feel better. But you know what? It has been nice to move things around and like sit in different places in my room. Like now my couch is over by this window, and it, like my bed used to be right here. Like this is the window where my bed was. And now my bed's over there. And it's the first time I've ever like had my bed not pushed up against a wall, which is kind of nice. But it creates like a different vibe of the room. The energy is different. But now I have this big, beautiful wall, the wall that I spent money on at the beginning of the year to like paint. It's like the big wall, right? And now I'm just like, what am I doing? Because all of the pictures I have up there look crazy because now my couch is over here. So I haven't quite figured out what to do. And my rowing machine takes up space over there, and so it's just kind of awkward on that end. But I like this part, and I have my desk is over by that window. So I really like this side of my room. But now it's just figuring out what to do with that side of my room. But yeah, see, here's my couch. I'm on the floor. I bought this sloth stuffed animal in Payson because I had to go to Walmart for some reason. I don't remember exactly why, but I was like, I have to look and see if they have a stuffed animal. I was looking for, like, I have it on my bed, but I don't want to get up. One of those like squishy like stuffed animal pillow things that are like a circle. They didn't have any, but I saw this guy and I was like, I can't not get him. Like, look at how cute he is. So anyway, here's my painting I love, my moon thing I love. I gotta rearrange them. They're not in the right order. I moved my ancestors' pictures here. My ZZ plant, which is thriving. Anyway, I don't know why I'm showing you all this, but there's my bed. I still need to put the bed skirt back on so you don't see that. All my beautiful babies are thriving over there. That stuff. Anyway, okay. See you later. It's a few days later, and I wanted to show you because I've moved pictures and stuff around like I said I wanted to do. So I'm going to show you this side of my room and what I did over there. And then I'm going to say goodbye, and that'll be it. So as you've seen, my couch and the painting, and then I added all of the pictures around there that I had on the other wall. And this little stool thing, I really want to get one of those. I got that at Goodwill that one time, if you remember seeing that vlog. I don't know that I'll ever find one that's exactly like that, but I want one that matches to go over here, because that obviously doesn't match, but it's what I'm using in the meantime. So whenever I'm at thrift stores, I'll be looking out for another little end table to go over there. But look at this adorable mug. I got at Target the other day. The only thing, it's very, very cute, but it's not at all practical. Like, it's the worst to drink out of. I tried to drink my cacao out of it this morning, and it was just a hassle. So I'm not going to drink out of this again, but it is so freaking cute. And I will just have it as a nice little decoration. Maybe I'll put a fake plant in it because there's no drainage. so I don't want to put a real plant in it. Or maybe it'll hold a crystal or something. But it's so freaking cute. I could not pass it up when I saw it at Target the other day. And then my window, which this is my gardenia plant that my friend Tina brought over to my house one day. I'd been really struggling as I've been, and she knows that I love plants, but she didn't realize I was struggling a lot, and it just so happened that she brought it over on a day that I was like particularly bad. And the cool thing is that gardenias, my grandma, she loved gardenias and had gardenia plants at her house when she was still alive. So it was just a really cool coincidence. And then that's my money plant that I got in my last vlog, I'm pretty sure. This Tina also brought over this planter, so I put some succulents in it. That middle succulent is not doing well. And then that's the other plant that I got in my last vlog as well. But what I wanted to show you was this beautiful window hanger thing. That's green Tara. It's absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's so stunning. I am obsessed with it. I love it so much. And then over here is kind of like a still work in progress probably, but like down there is my rowing machine. And this is where my couch used to be. And now I moved this over here, moved some of my pictures over here. It's my altar space that I don't have totally set up yet, but yeah, so I've moved things around. One thing that I just really love to do, one thing that's really important to me is to just love the space that I'm in. Like I just get like pleasure, joy from having a beautiful space and like a space that I just love looking at. So I really love my room, and I'm glad that I moved stuff around even if it's not like the most practical. I feel like the setup I had before was like super practical and made a lot of sense, and now this time but I don't know. I really like it. I'm enjoying the change of pace and space, and I'll just continue to make it my own like I do. So that's it for this vlog. It is now several days later than when I filmed the first few clips of this, and I am just absolutely exhausted today. I would normally be working today, but I took it off because my mom had to have eye surgery, and so I wanted to be around. Like, she's totally fine, it's no big deal, but I just wanted to be here. So, but I worked yesterday and I slept like crap. And what's interesting, I don't know if any of you like care about this sort of thing, but it's Mercury Retrograde. And the big thing with Mercury Retrograde is like that communication is messed up. So you should always like double check information and remember to have patience when it comes to communicating and stuff like that. But another thing that Mercury in retrograde has the habit of doing is like bringing up things from your past as like a one last ditch, like now's your chance to work through this or it's gonna keep coming back. So if you ignore it now, it's just gonna keep coming back. And for whatever reason this morning when I sat for meditation, I just like cried like so much, like in the things I was thinking about. I'm like, it was just so sudden because I didn't like wake up thinking about any of it. It like really didn't hit me until I was like sitting for meditation. But I was just like thinking about things that I don't normally think about, like not everyday like stress or anything. And it wasn't even really stress. Anyway, I think it was just a way, because crying is just an energetic release, and so I think that that's all that it was, but it made me really tired, and the fact that I didn't sleep very well last night, so I'm just, I'm exhausted. I don't work for the next couple of days, though I do have, like, I'm taking care of my mom. She has her post-op appointment tomorrow, and then I'm house sitting again for my friend, and then I'll also have work. So anyway, next vlog, I'm really gonna try and do more of like everyday little things or like little pieces of my everyday instead of just like, here's a big bunch of info dump on my medical history or my medical whatever I'm dealing with at the time. Because I realized that like the last vlog that I did was all about like the adrenal fatigue and the anxiety that came as a direct result from the adrenal fatigue, whereas this time it's like, here's a bunch of like anxiety that is manifesting in a completely new way that is not related to my adrenals. Because one thing I mentioned in my old vlog, or my last vlog, was that I was waiting to see my Lyme doctor and like do the adrenal test and do some other blood work. And since then I've seen my doctor, and everything, for the most part, everything looks great. Like my adrenal test that we do, it's a test that you do, it's a saliva test. So every few hours you literally like put a cotton thing under your tongue, it soaks up the saliva, and then you put it in a little capsule, a little vial, and then you send it off. And so then they can test your cortisol levels and like see how it is throughout the day, right? And so most people, how does it, I should try and find the picture, but most people, like you start out at a good level, and then maybe it's usually just like a gradual line, okay? I think it actually goes, like you start down here, it goes up a little bit, and then it goes down a little bit, and it stays. It's not supposed to be drastic, right? Well, like years ago when we first tested, it was like wildly, oh my God, it was so bad. Because like when it's high, it means that your cortisol level is really, really aggressive, and you're like, feel like you're being chased by a tiger, you know? Like those survival instinct kicks in. And then if it's too low, obviously that's not good as well. You really want it to just be like a very gradual thing throughout the day. And over the years, like we've managed to like bring it closer and closer. And the most recent time, it looks really, really great. Except at the end of the day, I have like a spike of cortisol, which would explain any nighttime anxiety, but it doesn't really explain the constant all-day anxiety. And then my vitamin D was low, so I went back on vitamin D supplements, and my estrogen levels look great. That's something that I take regular supplements for. But because they used to be really bad, but since like being on the supplements and staying on the supplements, those levels look great. But we did, at the time of the appointment, after talking and everything, we did the female hormone panel where it tests like all of the female hormones. So we'll see. I haven't done that for like, she said it was like, it's been 6 years since I've done that panel. So it'll be interesting to see where my hormones are at now, considering I'm still dealing with like hormonal acne and stuff like that. But that's not until the end of October. I won't get those results till the end of October, so that's still a little ways out. But and so as far as like the spike of cortisol that I have at the end of the day, we added a supplement to take for 30 days that is a cortisol regulator to take at the end of the day to hopefully like train my cortisol to not spike at the end of the day. So I have a couple more days being on that. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Hopefully the next vlog I don't disappear again for a few weeks, but oh well if I do. All right, be well, be safe. I hope you find ways to enjoy life, and I hope that you're not as anxious as I am. And if you are, I'm sorry. All right, bye guys.